If you say, I love you so much, I want to smash your head into a dresser, that's fucking cute. If you say, I'm so angry at you, I want to smash your head into a dresser, very different.
It's very different.
Very different.
But she also has pointed out to me multiple times that she goes, when you said that to me, I should have run. She goes, it was
that's a huge red flag.
Yeah.
Sorry. I mean, it kind of was a red flag.
But by the way, she stayed. That's a red flag.
Thank you.
I mean, this is a two-way street.
Thank you.
Two peas in a pod.
Yeah.
We are. And no, it's been fantastic. Thank God. I'm going to ask you about some things you have said, and I'm just curious.
Sure.
Did you really eat a pig's heart hunting? I heard that's a hunting thing.
That's disgusting. No, it was a deer.
Oh, a deer.
Yeah.
Which is it's not that.
It's a normal hunting tradition.
Tradition.
I mean, I grew up in Texas for most of my life. Like, I have a lot of friends who hunt, and we go shooting and
especially
do all that
someone's
stuff.
first kill.
This is what I was just saying, because I was just asked this on the other podcast, and they go, you ate an animal's heart? And I was like, yeah, but that's like hunting tradition. When you take someone for their first kill, they take a bite of the heart. He goes, but you ate it? And I go, well, I mean, you're not sitting there eating the whole heart, but it's like, hey, this is your animal. You killed your first animal. Here you go. But he was British, and I think they just have a very different culture about that kind of thing.
So he was really rough on you, huh?
Super rough. Yeah.
Wait, did you
not
take
my kind of person.
No. Did you take a bite out of it, like an apple? And then what's it like?
It's hard to get through. I mean, it was a big axis deer, so it was like it was a heart almost the size of like a rugby ball.
Oh.
And like it was heavy, and it tasted like iron, and it was very tough to get through. Yeah.
Ah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Carving initials.
I mean, carving, scraping, whatever. Like it's the same thing as like getting tattoos of your partner's initials or whatever.
I was gonna say to you, Armie, is that what you needed to do was just date a goth chick.
I know. I really missed my chance there.
Because
I know.
For real though, like in high school, this is what goths were doing.
100%.
Like this is not a big deal.
But this goes back to exactly what my problem was. It's like, it's not that what I was doing per se was like the worst thing in the world to try to do. I was just doing it with the wrong people.
But you were with fucking normies, dude.
I was with
nerds.
Vanillas.
And you need to get with like the goth chicks that are into it.
I don't know. Sometimes I've got a vape in my pocket. Sometimes these make me hiccup. How many milligrams are these?
6.
Oh, fuck it.
Yeah. Whoa, you're in Texas now, son.
That's very minty. I like that.
Oh. There you go.
I think that's all I had. Yeah, because I don't think it's that big of a.
So what else are you into besides eating people? Like, have you found?
I mean, that takes up most of my time.
That's most of your time.
It's a pretty time-consuming thing, and especially people are big. You know, it's a lot of meat to go through.
I have a question. Yeah. The type of rope tying you're into, very specific. No, like you have to really learn.
How do you learn? That's something, because like when you see, I'll tell you, when I see that, I'm like, oh, that's fucking cool. I'd like to.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, yes. But
there's something about.
There's a real skill to it, right?
Oh yeah. Because if you do it wrong, you can really hurt someone. Like if you put it too tight around the wrist, there's a lot of nerve endings there. You can end up like hurting somebody's like nerves. Like you got to know what you're doing. So it's like it's not something you just jump into.
But do you go to an experienced person to teach you? Like
I've talked to people. I mean, now at this point, like I don't talk to anybody about it. I don't talk to anybody about any of my shit. I'm just like, this is not a safe place for me to experiment or whatever. So
when you're first doing it though, are you just experimenting yourself, or are you actually with someone who knows what's up?
No, I bought a mannequin.
You did?
From like a department store. Yeah, I bought a mannequin.
Smart.
But did you read up on the
there's books and YouTube videos and
let's get some ropes.
There you go.
It does look beautiful, actually, in the documentary.
Well, the idea
I was
of
like,
it
oh, that's really
is like
pretty.
So it comes out of like a Japanese martial art form where the police would carry ropes and they had to subdue criminals.
Sure.
And so like they had to get very fast at doing this. And then that kind of, I guess there was like some Japanese lady back then who watched a criminal get tied up and was like, I'm in. Like, sign me up.
I'm going to tie you up and leave you fucking suspended in the air.
I'm such a
until you
boring.
Kind of correct
yourself.
I'm
so boring. But what was I going to say? Yeah, it's pretty.
Oh,
it's
that's what I want to do to her. That's
Yeah.
what I want to do to Christina. I mean, that's what I want to do to her.
That requires a level of flexibility that I am nowhere near.
Now, I got to ask you this, though. Sure. Because not to say that you're on the same level.
Yeah.
But like when somebody is like a killer, serial killer even.
Yeah.
There's, even though most of the world goes, "You're the fucking worst thing ever."
Yeah.
There's always women who are like,
Yeah.
"Hey, what's up?"
Didn't like Ted Bundy get married when he was in
Yes.
prison? Didn't
Yes.
Charles Manson get married like
Yes.
5 times?
They get
And they
chicks,
all
dude.
get love letters,
Yeah.
and sometimes the
Conjugal
girls-
visits.
Yeah, dude.
sometimes conjugal visits.
Yeah.
During their trials, you'll see like, "What are you here for?" And they're like, "I just think he's great," and they just
Yeah.
show up.
Yeah.
So the flip side of you being publicly shamed and canceled,
Yeah.
there has to be women that have been like, "Please," like, right?
Oh.
But how do you manage that?
I had to get rid of my social media for a long time and give like a guy my password because
Yeah,
when all this shit came up, my DM
Were crazy.
inbox was fucking wild.
They're like, "Cut me up, eat me."
100%.
Those are the chicks you should have been dating.
But also like I thought about that and then I was like, maybe this is onto something. But then I was like, okay, hold on. But also like,
crazy.
have I learned nothing?
Yeah.
From like trusting strangers, and then also is someone who sends a complete stranger a picture of like them shoving something into their ass.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know, yes, but is this a balanced, healthy person?
True.
Of course.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's at least cool. You know,
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
cool.
I mean, she's down.
Yeah.
Am I balanced and healthy? I'm trying, but not really.
So have you developed a pretty good gauge for like, here's someone that I can pursue?
No, my picker is terrible. Like my
Terrible.
picker is broken.
So what do you do?
I'm basically like an escort now, where I'm like, if you come to me, you better have references, and I'm going to vet you to make sure that you're not going to kill me publicly.
So you will not engage with like a total stranger with like, you're not really gonna do that.
No.
Good, Armie, because this made me so upset. It made me feel sympathetic towards you during this whole debacle. Is how do I say this? The DMs on Instagram to you're so trusting, I should say, with these people, and I was like, oh, like doesn't he know? Don't do that, because even in our world, where like fans will write you like a DM, like an innocent, like, "Hi, mommy, I love you," and I'll be like, "I love you too, thank you," and then they'll screen grab it and put it as a story.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that was supposed
Feels
to be
like a violation.
private.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
even though I said nothing.
Well, it goes to like a really interesting thing of like, once you have any sort of like public stage, you're no longer a person to these people, you're a commodity. And that's why you have people coming up to you in public, and I'm sure you guys see this all the fucking time, where they walk up already phone in hand and just go, "Can I get a picture?"
Oh, right.
And they do that, and it's not, "Hey, I just want to let you know I really love your show," or "Hey, I just want to let you know you said something that was like really important. My name is Thomas. It's great to meet you." It's always, "Let me get a picture." Boom. And then they're like, "Okay, bye." And then immediately like, "Look at what I have." And it turns you from a human being into a commodity, which is like one of the weird things about this whole public business.
But I'm saying, like, Snapchat, bro. Like, you never heard of Snapchat.
I mean,
What happened? Why
I was
were
snapping.
you-
I was snapping.
Okay.
I was snapping.
But what, were you
I
just,
snapped
were,
with the best of them.
Were you, were you so like? Was it? This might be a stupid question.
But I think Snapchat, you can still
you can still get fucked with on Snapchat.
Yeah,
so.
you're gonna get fucked. Like if you're dealing with these people, you're gonna get fucked. It's
So
not
that
a
was
matter
that
of
the
if, it's
thinking
when.
of like, fuck it, it's out there. I don't care. I'm gonna blow it up. If I get caught, I get caught.
I think somewhere deep down subconsciously, I wanted to get caught. I think that I so did not relate to the image of me that was out there in the public of sort of like this, like, look at them. They're like the Ralph Lauren family. They've got the perfect life and the perfect house and the perfect kids. And like, oh, this shit. Like, I was like, I feel like a fucking alien walking around most of the time. Like,
Right.
I don't feel like a human. I feel like a creature. And I have King Creature tattooed on my ass that I got at a pool party because I was drunk and someone was like, "You want a stick and poke tattoo?" And I was like, "That's the best idea I've ever heard." Fucking here's my ass. And because like the thinking of it is like, I don't feel like a human. I feel like a creature. So if I'm going to be a creature, I'm going to be the king of creatures.
So-
and like, I'm just going to lean into this. And so I would like things on my Twitter. I would like rope bondage pictures and shit like that.
Oh, it's like your signal to it.
It was like I was dog whistling,
Yes.
if you will, and wanting, I think, to get caught. And then people would be like, "I don't think he knows. His Twitter likes are public." And I'd see that and I'd be like, "Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I know." And it was silly. It was silly.
So it was a way to get out from under this public persona.
Yeah, I think so. And I think it was a way to try to feel seen.
Like truly sane.
Yeah.
Besides like, I'm
I'm not this guy that you think I am.
Whatever, yeah.
I don't feel like that guy.
Yeah.
And I don't like carrying the burden of having to be that guy.
Well, I was going to say, is this like, why now? That's always the question.
Yeah.
Like, you had successfully gotten away from this stuff, right? And you went away to the Cayman Islands, you came back to LA, and now you're coming out in public again. So why now? Like, what
I think because
what do
I'm
we want?
doing it on my terms and I'm doing it authentically as myself. And that's one of the scary things about doing this. And one of the scary things about having the podcast is like being sort of vulnerable in a public way, especially having gone through what I went through where like all this shit was weaponized against me, is really fucking scary. But I'm leaning into it because I know that the things generally that make me feel afraid are the things that I got to go towards in order to grow. And so that's why I want to have these conversations with my mom. I want to have these conversations with people who like, I even have people on there who are like, I don't like you. And like, I was afraid to talk to you because I think X, Y, and Z about you. And I go, okay, I get that. Let's talk. And like, I want to have those conversations because it makes me feel uncomfortable. And I think that that's the sweet spot.
That is the sweet spot.
It is,
Like,
yeah.
Most people avoid uncomfortable conversations.
I was going to say, if you leave this show not feeling like you've said too much, your family's going to hate you, everything is terrible, it wasn't a good show.
Yeah.
You should feel ashamed, weird, anxious. Like, God, what did I say? I'm such an idiot. And then you're like, but no one
And I
cares.
think that's the
No one.
conditioning part of it. It's like
Yeah.
you walk away from it going, fuck, oh God, oh God, oh God.
Yeah.
And then nothing happens.
Nothing
Yeah,
happens.
no.
And you go, oh, I was just being crazy again. You know?
Yeah. Oh, you just watched a YMH highlight. Did you love it? Why don't you have more fun? Click around. Click here, click there, click everywhere. Put a clicker in your beehole. Look, try it out. Have more fun. Why don't you subscribe? That way, every time a video drops, you can be notified. You don't have to think about it. Just do it, man. You're not going to miss a moment of denim. Pull your jeans up, subscribe.